Hey everybody, AstroNerdBoy here. It is time for episode 35 of our The Outer Worlds series. We finished Murder on Eridanos last time, which means now it is time to go to Peril on Gorgon. So, oh man, so we're gonna have to get the party started.
Come on, quit stalling!
There we go. There we go. Okay, so we did have a couple quests that we botched. This is from the main quest, I believe, and then this one, because we continued to do the main quest of the DLC. I did not pursue this, and to be honest, I mean, there wasn't as much incentive to do it because I'm at level cap. There's no, other than just doing it, there's not a lot of incentive. So same thing with this. I'm at level cap, so there will be no more leveling up, no more experience gains. So we're gonna select this as our quest, and then I believe we'll have to go over here, and we will go to the new location of Gorgon. So we've arrived at someone's manor. This looks like an asteroid of some sort that with a shield. Probably take more of a look at it in a moment. Let me dump off some stuff. All right. So I've dumped off some stuff. Got some more weapon parts. And these two are my favorite. I'm going to continue to take them. He's probably my least favorite, second least. These two are fine, Yoka and Vicar Max, but I just really like Pravati and Ellie. And I've given them some better gear, so that also helps. All right, what we got here?
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folk.
Mostly. What the?
Oh no, we should check to see he's all right.
Well, all right, if you insist.
It can help itself. Please do not be concerned.
Well, we can't interact with him. A cryptic photograph left by Lucky Montoya. Hey, that's wasn't that a name from Fallout New Vegas? I don't know. Mentions a high-stakes job and a wealthy client, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's right. Lucky lost his arm in this, and possibly his life, and this droid is definitely out for the count. But, before we go into the main deal, we may as well just start helping ourselves. Groundskeeper's journal, sweep, tranquility, oil the fish. Okay, maybe they're mechanical repeat. When they hired me as groundkeeper, I assumed it'd be grounds to keep. I'm not even allowed inside the manor. Everyone told me the Ambrose family keeps to themselves, but they're a bunch of hermits. Save the little one. Guess I have to find a hobby. Mr. Harvey dropped his key card in the pond. I'll hold on to it in case he ever comes looking, but I won't go near the house. Wouldn't want to get between Mrs. Olivia and her research. This is why we come to the little side places first. Alright, this is just junk, but we'll take it anyway. Well, whenever they give you heavy ammo, it usually means fun times are ahead. This fog, you know, this actually reminds me of a Tom Baker Doctor Who story. It was kind of like a...
This unit is under construction. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, we can't do anything for him. Alright, this is the road. But anyway, this kind of fogginess, and stuff reminds me of one of the Tom Baker episodes where they introduced the sisterhood. I don't remember what they're called. And then
Those big empty windows. It feels like the building's watching me. Oh, law, I'm getting goosebumps.
At the very least, there ought to be something worth stealing in there.
amen, sister. See, that's why I have you around. Oh, there's the fish. There's treasure over there. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Well, they continue to have us stock up on armor. I mean, ammunition. So, and then here we have our little Zen garden of sorts. Is there anything worth? Ooh, there's treasure in the distance. Oh, it's... Maybe it's supposed to be like the solar system? I don't know. But there be treasure in them there distance. Open says me. Alright. Well, now that we've gotten our... Ooh, what is... I missed something. Well, now. I mean, we just can't be missing stuff. But we clearly did. Alright, girls. Let's see, can we run for it? Whoops, I went the wrong direction. There we go. I was doing the Minecraft maneuver for running and messed up. Alright. So we're going over here to the locked one. Alright. And now that we've gotten our payment, our advance on the job, I guess we can kind of go in. So you got the atmosphere processor, you got the shield. We're in an asteroid field. And I guess continuous night. Yeah, we got that one earlier. But I guess when we go through the shield, it's one of those situations where, you know, the shield just kind of clings to us as we go through. All right. Well, I think we've seen all we can see out here. But there's definitely signs of something is amiss, and wow, look at all this damage. Wow. Maybe they had an asteroid quake. Hello. Ooh. It's all shadows. Well, thank you for the bits. Ah, janitor droid.
Okay, maybe not.
It's so empty. Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
Yeah, like everyone's dead and only the droids are left alive, and yeah, this is definitely abandoned, but you know, why are you dusting cloth? Okay. Alright, so upstairs is where we need to go, but we may as well just do some peeking around down here. I feel like I'm a member of Food Service Mechanical. I feel like I'm a member of the proper people going and exploring abandoned places. Once in a while, they'll explore abandoned place that still has electricity. Logs, recent activity. Someone kept trying to log in. So all the perishables are bad. So unlocked with kitchen key. Ooh, we opened it up. Apparently something was broke in the kitchen because there's lots of repair tools here.
Where are we headed?
Let's get a refresher on their thoughts on Gorgon.
You want to ask about anything in particular, Captain?
How are you feeling about this job right now?
It sure is lonely out here on the edge of the colony.
Well, that was not very helpful.
Something on your mind?
Let's talk about the job.
What's on your mind?
You knew Lucky Montoya?
Sure. Like Ada said, he was a big name among freelancers. I met him at Lost Hope once. He was buying rounds for everyone and telling a story about one of his jobs. Pretty sure half of it was made up.
But the drinks were still free.
Exactly. There was just something about Montoya I couldn't quite trust. He was always the center of a room, and he slapped a lot of backs to stay there.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Don't get me wrong. Anyone's tolerable when they're paying your tab. Lucky was just better at selling himself than he was at anything else. I'm trying to say that if he screwed this job up, that's on him. I still like our odds. He may have had a rep, but you're more capable than he ever was.
Of course, only because I've got a great crew at my side.
Yeah, well, just remember that when we get paid. Sure. Something on your mind?
That's it. See, this I love Ellie and I love Bravati. So this is the big dining room. And the droids who are somehow still trying to work what they're doing. You know, who knows? Alright, well, I reckon we've seen all we're gonna see. As soon as you get out of my way, droid. We got... You know, pick up this drinks tray. I mean, seriously. Alright. May as well peek. Ah, bathroom. Toilet. Wash closet, to be specific, I guess. And as always, I like keeping the ammo in the water closet because... I mean, where else would you keep it? That's kind of cool. I like that. It's like some kind of marble top, some scratch, you know. Is that water damage on the ceiling? Possible water damage on the side there. Sides. Alright. Alright, this is a fake door. Right. That one is barred. Yeah, isn't that nice? And lovely. Ooh, there is someone here. A smeg?
Mr. Whoever you are. So who the devil are you?
AstroNerdBoy, captain of the unreliable.
You don't say. Well,
Oh, I
make
gave my real
yourself at
name.
home,
Oops.
Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon.
To Gorgon.
To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star. I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short and call me Minnie. Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
I'm here about a severed arm.
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
The arm came with a portable phonograph that mentioned you by name.
Really? Huh. Now this severed limb, did it have dark hair? Rugged knuckles? Chewed fingernails? A gunslinger's calluses?
I didn't look that closely.
The next time someone mails you a severed limb, you really ought to pay better attention. I can only think of one man daring enough to jettison his extremities on my behalf. Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man, very brooding and theatrical, always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
He's definitely not doing that anymore.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
Any idea of who might have wanted him killed?
You suspect foul play? Interesting. If we're being honest, I haven't given it much thought. What a time for his luck to run out.
We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
Let me guess. You need someone to finish whatever Lucky started.
Excellent deduction. I can
wasn't
tell
an
I found the
inspector.
right man for the job. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Remember, play hard to get. That's negotiation.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about. I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
How likely am I to wind up like your old freelancer?
The man lost an arm. What are the odds of that happening twice? Of course, Gorgon is a treacherous place, and my own family's involvement with it has been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
Go on.
One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
That must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Why would they lie?
Why, indeed? Cover up their crimes? Who knew too much? I'm hoping you can find out for me. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
Apologize if the audio dropped out for a second there. What did you send Lucky to find?
The truth. Mother is gone, Gorgon is silent, and I deserve answers.
Tell me about your mother.
I admired Mother, but we weren't close. She disapproved of everything about me, really. I couldn't measure up to her example. She didn't make time for us. I remember thinking that she never wanted a child, and never forgave me for being one, naive and irresponsible as I was.
Sound familiar, Ellie?
Trust me, we are nothing alike.
A kindred spirit. Well, well, charmed. Today is full of surprises. Mother worked herself to the bone. She wanted to make the colony a better place, no matter who or what got sacrificed along the way. She never spared a thought for those of us who cherished her, who suffered for her idea of progress.
Did you two ever get along?
We got close once. When I was a child, I enjoyed looking over Mother's shoulder, playing backseat chemist while she peered into a microscope. One day, she told me to leave before I broke something. Then, I got mad and broke something. Typical night in the Ambrose house.
Oh, that hurts my heart to hear, ma'am. My dad was real dedicated to his work, too, but he always let me help. Made me feel, I don't know, special. Like I had something to offer. I wish you could have had that with your mother.
Mother and Gorgon were made for each other. I had the misfortune to be stuck in the middle.
Well, what do you think happened on Gorgon?
I don't know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Where's your father in all this?
Father lost more than his job on Gorgon. I'll say no more than that. The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed. I need your help, Captain. Project Gorgon killed Mother and disgraced the Ambrose name, and no one has been held accountable. Spacer's Choice buried the past like a dirty secret.
We're practically strangers. Why put your trust in me?
You followed an uncertain lead all the way to my doorstep. You're curious, resourceful, and perceptive. All the marks of a good private eye.
I wasn't investigating.
Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
Well, first I have some questions about this job.
I'm not surprised. Between the family drama and the corporate conspiracy, it must feel like you've stepped on a landmine.
Something like that.
Speak freely, Captain.
What good is your mother's journal to you now?
I suspect it will prove that corporate greed and incompetence were to blame for the calamity at Gorgon, and not Mother. Mother was a brilliant woman. Difficult, cold, unreachable even, but brilliant.
What if you're wrong?
Then my family's disgrace, our curse, will be absolute. This is my last hope of redeeming the Ambrose name. I don't like my chances, but I have to try. And I need help. Your help.
Why did you wait before starting the investigation?
I didn't want to go anywhere near Gorgon. Once I exhausted all my options, the search led me back here. I even had Mother declared legally dead. Would you believe it took 5 years to process the paperwork?
Does her being legally dead help you somehow?
It isn't as bad as you make it sound, but technically, yes. Mother's body is still on Gorgon. No body means no death certificate, which means no inheritance. I killed Mother, just on paper, of course, so I could claim my inheritance. We wouldn't be standing here if I didn't have access to the family fortune.
Damn, wish I'd thought of that.
I once assumed the mansion and the money would be enough to redeem the Ambrose name. But even in Byzantium, prestige must be earned, and it can so easily be lost.
Well, your mansion needs a lot of work. But are you saying you just want to break into high society?
You know, some people work hard just to break out.
Break back into high society, yes.
I thought you were trying to vindicate your mother.
I'm trying to do several things at once. None of them easy.
Never
The
are.
smear campaign against Mother was the work of cowards. I'm vindicating the family name for her, for the colony, and for my future.
What do you stand to gain?
Everything that Mother lost. This colony is in trouble. The lunatics at Spacer's Choice are running the asylum, and we need better people to wield their influence. After Gorgon, I quickly discovered that the Ambrose name was cursed, for lack of a better term. I had no place among the decision makers. No seat at the table.
That's Byzantium for you. Gossip mongering's a bigger sport than tossball.
That is why I'm clearing the record and vindicating the Ambrose line. For Mother, for me, and for the generations who will one day inherit Halcyon.
What do you propose could put us both? What you propose could put us both in danger?
I'm counting on it.
So how did this investigation get Lucky killed?
You know as much as I do, I'm afraid. Spacer's Choice abandoned Gorgon, but the asteroid is far from unoccupied. Between the marauders, the wildlife, and whatever escaped the labs, danger abounds.
Hold on, what escaped the labs?
Toward the end of the project, I heard Mother grumble about some test subjects running amok outside of their enclosure. I wish I could tell you more. Just watch yourself. If you aren't careful, you stand to lose more than an arm. I believe that covers it all. Are you ready to get started? We mustn't allow the trail to get cold.
If it helps you get some closure, I'll find that journal.
You do all that for me? I was hoping you'd take the job, but I didn't expect you to care.
Spooky asteroid, dangerous mission? I'm not going to miss out on the fun.
I admire your enthusiasm. This manor has echoed with my ennui, and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls.
They need to be
When you
cleaned.
reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
What can I expect to face on Gorgon?
I've never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow and misfortune. Then there's the test subjects, those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage.
What did you tell Lucky about this job?
I told him everything I've told you. Just the facts. Maybe a couple of harmless embellishments. Why?
I'm trying to calculate the odds of this gig getting me killed.
It's sure to be 100% with that attitude. Still, you're smart to ask. Lucky spent most of our time together spinning a pistol around his index finger. Not sure he listened to any of my advice.
That sounds like Lucky, all right. The man loved to show off.
He had an aura of rugged individualism that was quite charming. Not that it helped him in the end. But you won't let me down, will you, Captain?
The more I hear about this asteroid, the worse it sounds.
Perhaps we should cut the Q&A short in that case. I don't want you having second thoughts.
Oh, I don't know the second
There's
thoughts.
a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to start.
I think I've heard of that place. Cheap whiskey, rough crowd. You'll love it.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
What's the catch? There's always a catch.
The catch? No one's ever done this before, and the only person who tried is a corpse. Believe me, that's enough.
Uh-huh.
Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
Maybe you don't want to hear this from me, but I am sorry about your mother.
Spacer's Choice should be the one apologizing, but thank you. Sincerely. A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
It's not theft if she's giving us permission.
That's right. That's right, Ellie. This is why I like Ellie and Pravati the best. They are the best. So. Do you know this family fortune could be spent, you know, maybe getting a few more droids, getting some of this stuff fixed, cleaned up. I mean, seriously, this place is like a mess. I think I already... Nope. Alright, well... I mean, seriously, her freaking mansion is like falling apart. Optional master bedroom key card. You know... There's a bedroom of some sort. Maybe this was her room as a kid. The decay is well underway. Dearest mother and father, I've paced the halls of this gilded cage long enough. Since you won't permit me to help the family business, I'm going to leave to start a business of my own. Am I too young for such ambitions? Perhaps. But that is the risk you take when you fashion a daughter in your image. Byzantium will welcome me with open arms. Won't that be a new sensation? If I ever return, it'll be to reclaim my rightful spot as head of the family. So yeah. And this was her room. Which has obviously seen better days. Alright. How do we get... This one was barred. I'm gonna do a hard save. And the reason for that is I'm gonna try to do
Nice
it
and easy.
Seriously, 4 seconds. I wanted to see if she had the key card. That was basically it. I mean, we may pick it up later and have to come back. What I'm gonna guess. But yeah. Well, what would be cool is if we came back and, you know, there was like improvements to the inside. You know, we don't have to oh, well, maybe we do. How interesting. Usually they make the ship be a fast travel spot, but not this time. So we gotta do this the long way. Down into the fog. Yeah, I just realized I didn't actually explore over here. Not really see anything. And again, it is kind of hard to see. Oh.
Take your best shot, asshole. That's the last of them.
Well. I guess we just took care of a vermin problem. No key cards back here. And the one key card that we did find, oh, it disappeared. Well, that's weird. We picked up a key card earlier. I don't know what happened to it, though. You know what? I'm kind of curious about something. All right, so the not having access to the master bedroom kind of annoyed me. And when we were exploring, I came from over here, and the fact that this fridge was moved out didn't even register that there's a whole area back here. Which, you know, had I looked at the map, would have been bloody obvious. And guess what? This takes us to... oh, yeah.
Oh my law, this is just like that episode of Virginia Yang, Girl Detective, where the old fella dies and his nurse inherits his house. What if we find a body?
Up, up, up. All right. I'm real close. 147. What's this? Oh, yeah, it's probably... Well, okay, Codex. Yeah, I don't care. All that stuff gets recorded in the Codex. So, sorry. Oops. Inventory. Let's go. What do I got on? I need lockpick. Well, if I can find my keys. There we go. There we go. Just barely.
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
All right, and then we're going to put this back on. And there it is. Someone got a lot of rewards. So we're logging on as one guy, one person. Oh, it's her mom. This morning gave birth to a healthy child. Perhaps that's a strange distinction to call her healthy. After all, I've endured to finally meet her. It matters. That she exists is all against the odds matters. I'll call her Wilhelmia, after my late brother Wilhelm. I hope the law is kinder to her than it was to him. I hope for many things, truthfully. That she's smart and shrewd, that she be strong, relentless, undeniable, most of all hope for her to have a steel spine. So that she does not bend when Halcyon would break her, that she would be stronger than I. I must find Minnie a wet nurse. She demands to be fed throughout the day and night, and I simply cannot get a single thing done. The nurse will need to be exceptional, smart, educated, of means. Minnie must have the best start if she's going to survive the pit of vipers that is the Byzantium elite. Then there's the matter of the governess. I can't watch the child constantly, not if I'm going to do my work. How soon must I begin looking? Naturally, she'll have to be exceptional as well, and exceptional Byzantiums don't exactly grow on trees. I'll persuade Harvey to investigate this for me. The man has little else to do. I don't understand how anyone of ambition has time to keep a journal. I certainly don't. Yet here I am indulging myself. Minnie's influence, no doubt. Her behavior concerns me. She's clingy, emotional. At 5, she should start showing some personality, not crying for her mother when I leave for another stint on Gorgon. This must be the fault of Minnie, her governess. Marie, her governess, as Minnie certainly did not learn this behavior from me. I'll have to fire the woman. It's clear she's not capable of instilling Minnie with a correct understanding of how to behave. Harvey despairs of ever finding a governess who meets my preposterous standards. He and I went in circles on the issue for hours, but he came around to my thinking eventually. Why wouldn't I want the best for my daughter? Maybe I'll fire him too. Alright, so years have passed now again. I'm at my wit's end with Minnie. At 13, she should have already mastered basic chemistry, physics, and mathematics, but she can barely handle long division. She struggles to remember the simplest equations and formulas, no matter how many times her governess raps her knuckles. By the time I was her age, I already made dynamite in my grandfather's laboratory. The only thing Minnie's making explode is my head. Her father asked why we don't just send her to a boarding school, but I abhor the thought of her surrounded by those coddled idiots. More alarming still, she's begun to show an interest in romance serials and painting. She may have a strong grasp of color theory, and she shows some promise with watercolors, but surely that's the result of her education and spectroscopy, not any innate skill. What value has art anyway? She gave me a truly dreadful painting of Francis this morning, and I haven't a clue what to do with it. Perhaps I'll stuff it in my desk. We'll have a good laugh over it when she's grown and come to her senses. Yeah, this is like Mother of the Year material here for sure. Lucien appeared, this is some time back. Let's see, when is this? Yeah, this is some years later. About 11 years later. Lucien appeared at the manor this morning. I thought him here for me to finally wring my neck after our latest tiff. But no, it was much worse than this. He'd come to speak to Minnie. No need to guess why. She's taken it upon herself to manage the household these last few years, since neither her father nor I have the time, or frankly the inclination. Under her watch, this staff's productivity has increased 35%, while reducing our cost an astonishing 67%. We've saved tens of thousands of bits. Harvey tipped Lucien off, I expect, but now he wants to bring her on to help manage the Gorgon facility, which I refused over Minnie's vociferous protestations. She cried after he'd left. I only wish I could tell her why. Alright, so this is W. That was the mom. The search continues. I take from these entries that Mother was severe with her editorial pen, but this is one version of her, carefully curated and not the one I wanted to find. Where is her unvarnished stream of consciousness? Where is her spontaneous brilliance? The search continues, and my efforts will inevitably steer me to Gorgon. What then, Minnie? What then? So I'm gonna see, well, this was supposed to be like the master bedroom. Oh, we came in through a fake fireplace. Actually, you know what? This might make for an interesting... Well, the glow is kind of bad, but... Or the glare. I think I want to do this as a screen capture. All right. Yeah, it's just junk. These are probably dead plants now that I think about it. So I guess this was the mom's office. It's supposed to be the bedroom, but master bedroom, but... Alright, so now then we've cleared... No. This was... Yeah, this is probably was the study. We picked up the key card to go down here. We're gonna run. Oops. I need you. Uh-huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
Dear Wilhelmina, I hope this letter finds you well. No, it's too stilted. It sounds like I'm writing to request a loan. Dearest Wilhelmina, I regret to tell you. Law, no, that's worse. When have I ever called her dearest? She's my daughter. This should be easy. How can a mother not know how to talk to her own daughter? My love, I can no longer... For your safety, I must... Oh, hell. Even if she despises me for what I had to do, I should still be able to say goodbye.
This
Mimi,
bed sucks.
I have to leave, and I don't intend to come back. I love you. I'm so sorry.
So I'm guessing that is Gorgon proper. We're on just like some little residential asteroid. Like a private asteroid. Well, now we've seen everything. But I don't know what, you know. They're not letting us see the whole place, obviously, because, you know, they're going, now there's no real need. Oh, interesting. That would have made an interesting picture, too. But... yeah, nah. Alright. Save game. Let's get back to the ship. Alright, so we're back in the ship. We just finally finished looting. So I guess that's our only choice.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Let's see if
What
she has
part
anything
of the
about...
colony would you like to discuss?
Yeah, she doesn't have anything about Gorgon, so...
How can I be of assistance? I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Alright, where do we go? Oh, okay.
We arrived at Ambrose Manor.
Oh, no, this was wrong. We were already at Ambrose Manor. Yeah, we wanted the Gorgon landing pad.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Thank you. Alright. We'll take my same two girls because they're my faves. We'll always take them. And they will always be my faves.
Wow. Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
I hear an alarm. There's the Sprat Shack. What that is. I'm gonna guess there's been some kind of catastrophe here. Well, they did say they left. Yep, always happy to take the weapon parts. Got back over here. Yep. Happy to stock up. So seriously, in all seriousness, who connects these hoses up to my ship? There's no one here. I mean, it'd be one thing if, you know, other members of my crew were out and about doing things, you know, on the landing platform. There's a loot box down there. Not too sure I'm gonna be bothered though to try to get all the loot, to be honest, gang, because there's no XP. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anything that's gonna be like weapon wise, it's gonna be like impressive. Well, there's someone still here. The alarm sounds like there should be something bad going on, but...
Last long on Gorgon unprepared.
Well, that's gonna be part of his stock, I guess. What's he got in here? Yeah.
You looking for supply, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
So, this is Gorgon.
You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack, unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten.
Thanks, but I can handle myself.
All right, you know you better than I do. Just be sure you watch out for the Marauders. That's the #1 thing. Oh, and the Mance.
Yeah, figures.
You watch out for Marauders, Mance, and Charles from accounting, and you'll probably be fine.
Who's Charles from accounting?
Only the meanest marauder on Gorgon, and also anywhere else. That man is crazier than a bag of canids and twice as likely to bite. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. I ain't joking. He'll snap you in half like stale bread noodles.
Thanks for the warning.
No, you don't get it. Charles from accounting is like... Imagine if you took 3 of the most howling mad marauders you could find and mashed them together. That's Charles.
0 times 3 is still 0.
I don't think you can really quantify folks' strength in that manner, Captain.
You ain't listening to me, huh? Well, I warned you. If you run off and get exploded to death by a madman with a rocket launcher now, that's on you.
Go back to the part about the rocket launcher.
Sure, okay. He's got a rocket launcher.
How did he get a rocket launcher?
Couldn't say. He kills anyone who gets close enough to ask. Look, long story short, you do not fuck with Chuck. Best to avoid the Marauder camp entirely. That's my 2 bits on the matter.
I take it that evacuation alarm isn't urgent.
Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. It's got something to do with that scrapped Spacer's Choice project from way back. Damn alarm's been hollering at us for 5 years if it's been a day. You know, I don't dream anymore. It's all, please evacuate in an orderly fashion.
I'm impressed Spacer's Choice built something that lasted so long.
I think that alarm's gonna bang on for all time. Ain't nothing doing that control terminal in. I know, 'cause even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball.
What can you tell me about Project Gorgon?
Only that Spacer's Choice shut it down in a big hurry. From what I heard, some of their folks got left behind even. Don't seem like the project ended well.
About Charles from accounting.
Yeah?
Why is he called that?
His name is Charles and he used to work in accounting?
I don't know what I was expecting.
Anything else you needed?
What do you got for
Found a
trade?
pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever seen before. Could be awful useful if you're the violent type.
Yeah, he's not lying. He's got a unique pickaxe here, but yeah, I'm not interested. Oh, we picked up. Oh, that's right. Doctor's order. We picked that up. I forgot about that. All right, so we'll sell this and this and this and this and this. We could have used those for weapon parts, I guess, but I think I got plenty of those. 226. It should be good. Should be, but you know. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just get rid of the rubbish. Ooh, armor 75. May keep that for one of for somebody. We're doing good. We got 130. What do we got over here? Oh, you know what? I want to dump all this off in the ship. I want to dump all my spectrum color. And they don't weigh much, but you know, I don't want to. See how? Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Alright. I may be back to rob you later. It just depends on my mood. Alright, so we got our fast travel points. This is where it wants me to go first. I think I will be shutting down that alarm because it's going to get quite annoying. Where is... They got a lot of garbage here. Where did I see... Oh, now. I'll just help myself to his inventory. Thank you for your contributions. Alright, so I think we need to go up there. Alright, girls, let's see what's up top. On this garbage strewn facility. Check electricity rationing bill. Oh, what the heck? I'll pay his bill. Because I'm feeling generous that way. Don't know if that's going to get me anything, but hey, I'm stealing stuff. So, it'll be paid for somewhere or another. So we're just looking at the shipments of stuff. stuff may be important. I don't know. Incoming message. Okay. Is that the only one? Alright, outgoing messages. So, I don't know. Okay. More rubbish. But, you know, we get paid in rubbish, I guess, so. Stimulation. Don't want to know. I'm guessing that's the mansion we came from. Not 100% sure, but. Well, if they want us to have some more ammunition, who am I to? Who am I to complain? And in we go. Okay. Gotta tell you, I was not expecting some kind of sprat check. I'm expecting a bar based on what was being said.
Come here. Let's have a chat. All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now.
What's this all about?
Did I stutter? Just do as I say. No. Want to run that by me again?
Cut the BS. What do you want?
I want to be taken seriously, but I'll settle for a little less attitude in the future. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs.
What did you mean when you said people had changed?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change.
What happens?
Never for the better.
What happens when people change?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself. It's never pretty.
Let me ask you something else. Well, actually, where exactly am I?
This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong.
Let me ask you something else.
Just don't ask me to dance.
What do you do around here?
Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
That's us.
And I thought this place was gonna be fun.
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt.
What kinds of people come to the Sprat Shack?
This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs. The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate, then venture out and try again.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty side effects. Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
All right, thanks for your information.
If you're heading downstairs, order something sweet.
All right. Trust no one. Alright, this is all considered stealing. And I'm not that interested. But yeah, that's what I was expecting, a watering hole.
Smell that? Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of place.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
Not a good sign. All right, so I guess we need to belly up to the bar. Have yourself drinks, girls.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Whiskey, I'm feeling refined.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Sure, got any leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
You know anyone by the name of Lucky Montoya?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Office of Creative Incubation?
That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans of marketing. Lucky never told me why it was so important. Awful shame about what happened to him.
What happened?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Go on.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How'd you know it belonged to Lucky?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
The arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin, sort of.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Why bother sending the arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Where was Lucky staying?
3rd floor.
Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Would any of your regulars have more information on Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. And I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the second floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Poor bastard. You looking out for him?
Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own.
So why did he get left behind?
He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it.
What can you tell me about Lenora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
Well, I'm always up for a side gig, I guess. Do you know if she spoke with Lucky Montoya at all?
Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Thanks for the tip.
What are friends for, eh?
Any idea why Spacer's Choice shut Gorgon down?
I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touch the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Salvagers must be making a fortune off Gorgon.
Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money, and more drugs.
No sex, huh?
When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open, we're just sifting through dirt.
Very, very useful information there. I guess I'm about done.
You got it, bub.
Well, actually, you run this place?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days.
That would explain upstairs.
When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved into salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
So Sublight owns the Sprat Shack now?
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Dare I ask why Sprat owns the bar?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You know, they do something similar in Byzantium. Fancier system, but same idea.
You think a Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh, imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat.
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
How would you even know which Sprat is the right one?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
I guess I'll try not to step on him if I happen by the Groundbreaker.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. The Sprat Shack's gone through a lot of title holders over the years. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head-scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
And Spacer's Choice doesn't mind that you're squatting in their warehouse?
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside where it belongs. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
Can you answer any question without yes or no?
Yes. And no. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
Well, how do you get supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well-connected. And not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well-stocked with the essentials. By which I mean booze.
All right, well, how about a drink?
I'll set him up. You knock him back.
And, you know what? We're going to sell you that bottle of whiskey that you gave us for free. All right, so we don't want to sell that. But we do want to sell that. Just getting rid of some rubbish. Yeah, I said drop that off. It's a unique. Yeah, I think these are uniques. I need to, should drop them off. I'm a moron, though. Sometimes I forget to do these things. All right.
Don't forget to close your tab before you head out.
Quit staring. I ain't here for your entertainment.
Yeah, are you sure about that?
Seen any good salvage around?
No.
This is a family business. Chin up. Look sharp.
Okay.
Don't forget to close your tab before you head out.
Yeah, whatever.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
Break it up, you two. I've heard more than enough of your shit for one day.
Not even looking.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
Nod to Rex. You get a lot of tavern squabbles around here?
It's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag salvage. Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
What do you propose?
Would you do me a favor and weigh in as a third party? I can use an unbiased set of eyes on the problem, and an outsider like you fits the bill.
Fine, I'll give it a whirl.
Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
State your names for the tavern.
Oh, very formal.
Yes, as an inspector.
Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping, same as my father before me.
Junkyard Trixie, also a salvage freelancer, though I've been at it longer than Freddy.
So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
How did you mark the claim?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
Turn to Lex. Is that legal?
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards. Assuming anyone was around to hear it, which we can't know for sure.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough to step forward and admit it.
Your case isn't winning me over so far, Freddy.
What if I were to sweeten the deal? Say the salvage is mine, and I'll give you a share of the finder's fee.
Bullshit. That ain't fair.
Give me your story and I'll decide what's fair.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
Drum my fingers thoughtfully.
Quit leading the prosecution, Hullhead. Anyway, that's my story, sir.
What mark did you leave on the salvage, Trixie?
I drew X in the dirt, with my toe.
Couldn't the marauders have walked over it by now, or the wind blown it away?
Wouldn't surprise me in the least, but that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility.
They're both idiots.
You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
These idiots don't know how to tag salvage, so I rule in no one's favor.
That ain't no kind of fair.
He ain't even from around here, Lex.
Here's a six-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for a change.
Does this happen often?
A little too often if you ask me, but that's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Glad to be of service. See you around.
Come and chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
I'm sure I will.
We could always go back and rile him up again later. That's my captain.
Yeah. We may do just that, but they're both idiots, so. Alright. Unnamed bar patron has not.
Are you my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
Can't help you. I'm just here to drink.
That's the code phrase. It is you.
Quiet down. You're making a scene. Don't forget to close your tab before you head out.
We got back here. An empty cash register. Ah, we're behind the bar. All right.
Real slick.
Well, fake doors are fake. Well, I guess I've seen enough.
Did you bring the payment?
I don't know. Did you bring the goods?
No payment, no goods.
Give me a taste of the goods. Just so I know I can trust you.
You can't trust me. Now, did you bring the payment?
Trust no one.
I don't know. Did you bring the goods?
In the circle.
You have to tell him. Zero G brew is made of alien milk.
Yeah, I'll be sure to tell someone. Maybe. But I doubt it. Pardon me, lady. Oh, sorry, that's my girl. One of my girls. Alright, what's up
I
on
wouldn't
this
get too
floor?
close to that railing, just in case.
Yeah,
You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not.
well, that's what we got guns for, girl.
Jerome would have loved this place. You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here and whose journey is far from over.
What makes you say that?
Confidence. The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal.
Real?
I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course, the Marauders would eat me alive.
Depends on what you need.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
This something must be valuable.
It is to me, but apparently it's junk to Sublight. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
So what brings you back to Gorgon?
A broken heart, that's what. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
What do you think happened to Jerome?
No point in denying it, he died on this rock. Likely torn apart by marauders, unless he took care of himself on his own terms. I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
I'll keep an eye out for that flask.
You'd really do that for me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those Sublight sprats.
You bet.
I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion.
I'll do it for free.
Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
I wanted to ask you something first.
Yeah?
How did you know Lucky Montoya?
That old flirt? Yeah, I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
Did he mention anything about the Gorgon research facility?
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary, like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
Alright, well, that's all I have. Thanks for your time.
Sure thing. My condolences if you two were close.
Well, we weren't. But, you know, tell me about your time on Gorgon.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effects? Who wouldn't salivate at the thought? I don't know what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me.
Alright, thanks for the information, and I'll get back to you if I find the hip flask. Well, it's probably all gonna be stealing. Alright, he's just a bar patron. So...
That last drink you ordered had a punch to it. What did you say it was called?
Lunar Eclipse Mix. It's just pep pills and a 2-hour energy brew. My ex used to have them with breakfast.
Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
I broke it off. He wouldn't take his hat off in the bedroom.
Yikes.
Every time I see a Spacer's Choice advertisement, it's like he's staring at me from behind the screen.
Alright. So we've checked out this little storeroom slash, you know, residence. And oh, what do we have over here?
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding?
What's up, Roscoe?
Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal, but you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
I talked to her. She mentioned you were some kind of journalist.
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit.
You seem like you're having a rough time. Can I help you out?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Helping out old bastards is 80% of my job. What do you need?
Chairman Rockwell ain't that old, Captain.
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 lobby-fucked years, but I can't stay gone.
Why is that?
Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
You hid them. Now you need me to get them for you. That about cover it.
Right on the money. Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here.
Why stash the recordings?
Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid. Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was.
You mentioned an assistant. Where are they now?
Oh, Georgie? Yeah, she helped me with interviews. A real whiz with the portable recorder tech, too. When things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she's safe and comfortable in Byzantium. She tried every which way to stay, but it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal.
Well, it's your lucky day, Roscoe. I'll get those recordings for you.
No shit? That's downright civilized of you. All right. One of them I stashed in the Office of Creative Incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
Why there?
Seems like a good idea at the time. Someone had started a fire, folks were shooting other folks. It was a madhouse.
Got it. Next.
You'll find another in the chem lab.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the main lab storage room.
You ran all over Gorgon just to hide your recordings.
Didn't have much of a choice. The primals had gotten loose, couple of them were chasing me. The recordings just ended up wherever I hid.
Alright, what about the others?
The final one is in human inquiry and auditing. It's tucked behind a pipe in observation room B.
The observation room. Wouldn't someone have seen you?
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant.
Got it. I'll be back.
Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
Oh, man. Go hard save. Alright. So... So we got... I don't know if we're going to change quest just yet, but... do something. Alright, so this is another... residential place. Ah! Yeah, from the old storeroom.
What's the story with this place anyhow?
Used to be a shipping warehouse. Supplies came in, deadly chemicals went out.
Who told you that?
I worked here back in the day.
You're pulling my leg.
No, it's true.
So a bit of lore we already kind of sort of already knew. Mostly. Alright. So it's upstairs. Whatever Lucky was using as a residence.
What have you got there? Adrena time, I think. Found some in an old busted crate.
You're just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug. It's Adrena time.
I don't see a label.
If it wasn't safe, it wouldn't be in a syringe.
I can't argue with that.
And there's some messed up people in this world. But then we already knew that. Alright, let's see. Map time. Alright. Hello. Come on in, girls. Theft must be done with a closed deal. Well. Sorry. Alright, I think this is the lockpick.
Wow, you got that?
I do have that. Is this a dead body? Requires code to unlock. Lucky's notes, okay. So this was Lucky's room. Day 1, Spacious Choice may have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock their doors on the way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than a top runger safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6. Caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be salesman for Spacious Choice. Sold me a key to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say this for the guys. About as lucid as a sprat in a Rizzo's factory. But I'm spending Minnie's bits, so I can't afford to take the chance. Sorry about that. Day 7, it worked. Clarence Mostly, whoever you are, I'm drinking you tonight. Day 10, Olivia Ambrose's office and journal ought to be in the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. Bad news is it's sealed up and at the ass end of the canyon. The good news is I should be able to open it from the bigwig's admin terminal in OCI. Day 13, OCI is crawling with marauders, and I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing, but my gut's telling me There's more to this place than a missing journal. I'm trying to turn over a few rocks and see what crawls out. I'm leaving the OCII key in the safe. The combo is 4815. And how lucky that no one preserved eye.
As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved and disgusting.
You think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
Now, I'm not going to worry about those kind of questions, Pravati. I'm just not. All right, I'm going to put this back on. All right, Vermin 2 is not a unique weapon, so. Oh, this is someone who's using Lucky's room to sleep. And we're getting some drugs. Examine. List of expenses. Blah, 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 blah. Theories and leads. Something strange in the mines. Check it out. Note, stay out of mines. Murderous moon man in the canyon. Probably a local legend. Canids equal yellow. Spacer's Choice logo equal yellow. Coincidence? No such thing. Well, whatever you say, Lucky. Persons of interest. Lots of bodies buried on Gorgon, but not many hatchets. Everyone has a grudge to bear and a finger to point. Lawrence Goodfellow oversaw Office of Creative Incubation. Genuinely oblivious or playing dumb. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Olivia Ambrose, project director, lead scientist. Prickly perfectionist note, do not ask Minier about her. Killed in evacuation. Allegedly, from what Minier was telling us. Assuming she was not lying. Lucen, because, you know, Olivia could still be alive. Lucen Bancroft, Spacious Choice Man, real top runger. Few logged visits to Gorgon, tensions with Ambrose. Marion Blakesley, supervisor of human inquiry and auditing, nerves of steel, heart of ice, etc. Disappeared when things fell apart. Jesper Lowe, head of Chem Lab, exhibited increasingly erratic behavior in later years of project. Herbert St. Germain, he's a ghost. Worked at one of the facilities. Vanished suddenly. Records scrubbed. All right. I know what I'm doing. Note about a key. Several whiskeys in and a few bit shorts. Gave Lex the maintenance room key while I scrounged up what he owed. Note to self, pay up and get it back before you get to OCI. And his terminal is gone. Or down.
Someone's in here. Oh, lol. It's coming back up again. I'm all right. That last one really emptied my guts. No, wait. Here comes more.
Yeah, they need some Family Guy level projectile vomiting there. To make you gag and laugh at the same time.
So, how you feeling?
Let's talk to Lex again. Since her name came up in that one deal.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night.
Those two are a couple?
They like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. So, what'll it be?
Did Lucky leave a key with you?
As a matter of fact, he did. Collateral for the bar tab he was racking up. So, I guess it's mine now. And no, you can't have it.
Is the key worth 4,690 bits to you?
No. Maybe. All right, yes.
Of course it is.
Here. I don't know what it unlocks, but Lucky seemed to think it was important. I take him at his word.
Well.
Or maybe a sugar sprat pie? Damn it. We're out of those.
Well, just because you cost me a lot of money. How about you buy some stuff back from me? There's a part of me wants to keep this. More so if the other gun doesn't work. Heavy machine gun. I don't know. Tactical shotgun. I'll keep a couple of those. And what else do I want to sell you? Alright, that is really good. Ooh. That's unique. Don't sell. This is a unique too. Don't sell. I don't think I've been paying that much attention to unique armors, to be honest. I really don't. And it should have been, of course, but I've already got a hack helmet. Well, I made you pay me back a little bit of what you of the outrageous buy that you find me. And out the door we go. To see what we can see. Whatever that is. I always love these long loading screens. They're the best.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we don't need Lucky's arm to open something else.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, there's some stuff I didn't loot before. Help me recover some of the losses from that winch ripping me off. Ocular verifier. So I guess That's the only thing on the main quest. Well, okay. This is part of the main quest as well. Hmm. Let's see where that's at. Okay, that's out over there. Not too far away. Hmm. I mean, it's not super close, but it's not too far away. And then the other quest, yeah. I think we'll do that because the rest of the quests are, you know, scattered about. Electronic filing is all over the place, so I think we'll do that as we, you know, go to different places. But I think for now, this is where we're going to go. In our next episode, thanks everyone for watching this episode on YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that other fun stuff. And we will see you in... Well, that didn't work. I'm not sure what's going on here. Yep, not what I meant to do. But, hey. There we go. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video.